Hello, I'm Dennis Pullin. One of my favorite parts about being president and CEO of Virtua Health is getting to know our colleagues and the many ways they are here for good. Each person contributes to healthy communities, and each person has a story to tell. Well, ladies, welcome to Here for Good. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yes.
I've been looking forward to this. I've heard so much about some of the unique things that both of you are doing, so I was looking forward to talking with you. So tell me about your role at Marlton.
I have been a nurse now almost 19 years. I spent 13 years in ICU, and then I moved to PACU.
Oh, so you came with some of the furniture. You've been there a long time.
I have actually.
Oh, that's great. And Deb, you're at Voorhees in the ED,
I am.
right?
Yes. I'm the nurse director of the emergency department. I've been with Virtua for 22 years. I love the emergency department. I love my team. I love my leadership team.
I think the tenure that both of you have is one of the things that makes Virtua special. You know, having people that had committed a large portion, in some cases for some people, all of their professional career with the organization. And it's one of those unique things that I think separates us from the rest.
Yeah.
Speaking of uniqueness, you decided that you wanted to start your own baking business. So
Yes.
what made you create that?
Actually, I've been baking since I was a little girl, and it's always been a wonderful therapy for me. And I actually had a conversation with a patient in ICU just before he passed. And he talked about the regrets that he had and what he didn't do in life and what he really, the relationships that he should have mended and things like that. And that conversation really hit home for me. And I thought, when I leave this world, I don't want to have any regrets.
No regrets.
So, and I don't want to have those fears block me from my dreams. So I went ahead and got my own space and opened up my custom bakery. And it's not your typical bakery.
Did you meet each other as nurses or as two individuals that have a love for baking?
I didn't know that Bunny worked at Virtua.
Yeah.
A dear friend of mine had given me a gift certificate, and it was a 2-hour private lesson in cookie decorating. And it was with Bunny.
Yes.
And that's how I met Bunny.
So tell me about your business, the baking business.
Yes, it's not your typical bakery. I have no waste. I don't have hours. And I did it that way because I still wanted to do the nursing. And because my schedule was not in stone, it made it much more flexible to run my bakery. So what I do at my bakery is I do custom orders, pre-sales, pop-up shops, but the main thing is I teach cookie decorating, cupcake decorating. In fact, my very first event that I had at my shop was with a group of nurses from Virtua.
You enjoy passing on your knowledge and your passion to others. Did you ever envision yourself as a business owner?
I always have, actually. Both of my parents were business owners. Their, energy and enjoyment of doing something for themselves really encouraged me to.
You talked about family a little bit, your father, your mother, and you didn't give your husband, Kevin, a shout out, who I know is also one of our colleagues, and I don't want to get you in trouble at home, so you might want to say a little something about him real quick.
Yes. Talk about I came with the furniture. He's been with Virtua now for 32 years.
Oh, he came with the foundation.
He came with the yes. He started out in the OR mopping the floors. He was
Really?
Yeah, and he built himself up to just last week. He started as director of nursing of endoscopy at Marlton and Voorhees. So,
well, congratulations to him. Give him my best. We're talking a little bit about family. Deb, I know that baking has a unique connection for you.
My mother and I baked together for probably about 35 years. It was almost like a special bond between us, especially Christmas time. It was always, we took a week off together before Christmas, and the house turned into a cookie factory.
I remember one day I was doing rounds and I was rounding in the ED at Voorhees, and it just happened to be a day that you had brought cookies in, and everybody was so excited and happy, and I didn't understand what the fuss was about, because when I got there, the cookies were all gone, and I didn't get to try one. But is that something that you've sort of created for your team, where they sort of look forward to it?
They do. I bring them into the staff, and in the beginning, you know, I was very novice at it, and they probably weren't all that great, but you know, but they kept encouraging me, and now they look forward to what I'm bringing in.
It creates a certain camaraderie with your team around the baking. What about for both of you during the holidays? You know, I would think that it's kind of one of your busiest times in the kitchen.
I do a lot of classes, like this past holiday season. I did a lot of classes. They fill up very quickly. It's just being able to teach and empower other people to do something that they love is very, very, it's such a gift for me to share my knowledge. And
I hear the passion in your voice about it, and that's what makes it so special.
It does. And you know, nursing is such a difficult career. And I think you see a lot of times so much, you know, sadness at times. And but with this, it makes you feel so good to bring a smile to someone's face and to make them feel good. And cookies make everybody feel good.
Can't help but feel good when you have all that sugar in you.
Yeah, that's true.
So Deb, I know you work in the emergency department, and that is without question a very high stress environment. Tell me about the culture and the environment that you try and create there, and how you use your baking skills to support that.
Me bringing in my cookies to them, it's my way of thanking them for everything that they do, because I just think they're an amazing team. And I believe everybody brings something to the table, and that's why we work so well as a team. I have a terrific leadership team that I report to, Mary McCormick and Dennis Guest, and everything is about teamwork. We're a team.
And I'm sure Dennis has sampled several
He
of your
has.
cookies. There's just something about him. I would think that would be the case. Are there certain skills that translate from baking to nursing, or nursing to baking?
It's the details. It's all in the details, and being very regimented. Nursing is a science. Baking is a science. You know, it's very, very precise in your ingredients, or precise in your care for your patients.
I think both of you work in stressful environments. Can you use that as a way of decompressing or dealing with stress, even though it's very precise and you?
Yes.
I would be a nervous wreck in the kitchen.
It's not. It's like,
It's just a cookie.
yeah, but it is. It's a release. It's it's a stress reliever for me.
It's very therapeutic for me.
Really?
Yes. To be focused on something and to kind of set your mind on just that, it kind of takes your stress away and makes you feel very calm. I know for me it does.
Say for an inexperienced baker, what would you say is one of the most common mistakes?
Measuring everything, because everything is a precise measurement.
Yes.
It's not like cooking. Cooking is, you know, throw a dash or a pinch of this. Baking is an exact.
So is that the best tip that you would give somebody, or what is the biggest mistake most people make? Is it the lack of measurement?
It
you
could
think?
be.
They don't follow the recipe.
Yeah, you gotta
Don't
follow,
follow
the
the
recipe.
recipe.
Try to cut corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to cut corners, because then the result will not be what it's meant to be. So,
And time management too. You have to. I always prep everything the day before.
So you put a lot of thought into it. So you planning. You develop a plan, and then you execute on that plan, and you reap the benefits of having a very delicious cookie. But it does sound like for both of you, it is a vehicle to decompress, to deal with stress. You're also making people happy. Do you have a favorite that you like to make?
Well, the sugar cookie, actually, because I I love all the cookies I make. My husband loves the chocolate chips. That's his favorite. But I enjoy making the sugar cookies because that's actually using my creative side. And I don't know, just looking at the finished product, like you can't help but smile.
You just kind of stand back and say,
Yeah.
I did that.
I even smiled making the cowboy cookies.
What about you? Do you have a favorite?
In a way, I don't look at it as like, okay, I'm just making these cookies. I'm actually a part of wonderful moments in people's lives. And to be a part of that makes me feel so good. And when someone really plans a big event, a special baby shower, and they see the cookies that I made for it, and it makes them smile and makes them so happy that I feel like, okay, now I'm a part of this wonderful time in their life.
You know, that is the definition of being here for good.
Yes.
And I think that's what we all want to do. I know here at Virtua, that's sort of our brand promise, is to be here for good. But I think what you two are doing is a great example of how you can infuse love and care and compassion that's outside of what you do every day, but it's an extension of what you do because it sounds like it's part of who you are.
Yeah.
And I think that is, without question, what makes Virtua such a special place, to have individuals such as yourself that care about what you do at work and you care about how you make people feel outside of work. And so thank you for being here for good. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
This has really been a great episode. I've learned a lot. I can't wait to try my hand at sugar cookies. And stay tuned, and maybe next time I'll have a box to share with you.